algae. Goodbye, algae. Yeah, of course, there's always a dog in my picture. So what the goal is here is to remove this algae without using a bunch of different products. Such as these right here. I've tried every one. The yellow treat treats yellow and mustard algae. The swamp treat is mainly for a green pool. And then the No More Problems, I thought, man, I get a bottle of that, I won't have any more problems. The other aspect is you're adding all kinds of other chemicals to your pool that you normally don't use. So a blanket statement, they all do work, but I found that you can basically get the same results just using basic products that you normally use in your pool. This here is a large tub of chlorine granules, like the same product you would find in a bag of shock. Active ingredient, 73% calcium hypochlorite. And most of your 1 pound shock bags only offer 68%. So this is a little bit stronger and more value for your buck if you buy it in bulk. Now the main causes of algae is organic material such as trees, bright sunny days, so the warmer the water, the more chance of algae to develop. But the number one cause of algae is letting your chlorine zero out. When you do your test strip, if you don't have any reading on your level here, here's the chlorine chart. There's 0 right there, which can cause a whole host of problems. And these test strips are the Aqua Check, which are very reliable. So the best time to address algae is when you first open your pool. A lot of times you'll have a lot of debris that sits on the cover. Some of that gets into the pool. So what I do is, since I have a DE filtration system and I can't vacuum to waste, I wait until my filter's about ready to be cleaned and then vacuum all this out and do it all in one shot. So I've got a couple brushes here. This one hooks onto a vacuum pole, and then we have just a normal deck brush, and you want something soft. And then you scrub your pool down. You see right there along the edge, you got some green algae growing. Now you get your brush down there and just lightly brush the walls, and then we'll brush this algae here. Look at that, it's coming right up. I use this brush around the perimeter of the pool. It's like a little slope there where the bottom meets the sidewall. Fits in there real good. And then I use the larger brush for the rest of it. Okay, now that we got the pool brushed, it's time to shock it. In this case, we're going to zap it. We're going to need a bucket, some gloves, a half a bucket of water. Now I have a 27-foot diameter pool. I could probably get away with putting 4 pounds in, but we're going to do this on the safe side, and I'm going to put 2 pounds in initially and then add more if I need it. Now, if you have a smaller pool, maybe you should go with 1 pound first and then keep adding, and then retest your water. One of these scoops is approximately 1 pound. So if you're using the 1 pound bags, just do that. Stir stick, and we just keep stirring that until all the granules are dissolved. And the warmer the water, the quicker they dissolve. Some people use hot water. All right. Now you can take this bucket around the perimeter of the pool. Well, what I do is I just get my bucket. This is where your gloves come in handy. Yeah. So I just take it down, let it fill up like that, and just let it dilute. Right here. You have full control over it. And we want that to circulate for about an hour. Okay, it's been about an hour. Now it's time to check the chlorine level. And I normally just dip the strip right into the pool, but for demonstration purposes, I got a glass of water from the pool, and we just simply dip it in like that, and then we'll match it up. The chlorine is on the weak side. And we want it up here around 10 or above to ensure a high enough level to kill the algae. And I would not worry about your pH at this point, because when you add the shock treatment, your pH gets out of balance and your alkalinity. So you can work on that later after you get the pool squared away with the algae problem. So what we'll do is we'll add some more chlorine and do a recheck. Second check after adding more chlorine. Oh, look at that. Now the chlorine is at 10 or higher. Off the chart. Your pH went crazy. So now that we got the chlorine level where we want it, we want to let this circulate for about 4 hours. And then turn the pump off overnight to allow the sediment and the dead algae to settle on the bottom of the pool, and then we vacuum. Vacuum as normal. Very nice. I'd like to back up the bus. Earlier I was talking about that I can't vacuum to waste. Now that has to do with the fact that I have the media powder in my system. So this process is all about gathering the algae onto the filter, and then we'll clean that filter. Alright, that looks good. Let's head on over to the filter. See what we got. Okay, here's a close-up of the DE media and the algae and debris collection. Now we just wash it down with a garden hose. Wow, you feel that fall out there? Like a big chunk come out. After you get it all clean, you just put it back in your filter and recharge with DE media. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Final results. No more algae. Let's look at the edges. Yeah. I'll put a link down below for the products used in this video, and I'll post other links of other videos that you might be interested in on how to lower pH and alkalinity and regenerate your DE filter. Okay, any questions, comments? Leave them down below. Thank you. Bye.